Jet here. Today's video is pretty special and a bit different. Recently, I've been watching a lot of Larry Chen's Capturing Car Culture, and what I noticed that when Larry films these videos is that he interviews a lot of different people and many different types of car builds in all places of the world. So I figured, why not give that a try? But I'm going to be focusing on the youth in car culture, youth like me. I know a lot of my friends have just absolutely awesome cars and really great stories to tell, so I can't wait to show and tell you guys these stories. First episode will be featuring Kyle Law with his newly finished DC2 Integra project, and it looks absolutely killer. I can't wait to show you guys, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, so today is a pretty special day. We are here at Car Code Auto Spa and Car Code Mechanic down over there. I'm here with Gotham today. Hello. Yep, Goth Photography, go follow him on Instagram. But yeah, we're here with Gotham today. We're gonna go shoot Kyle Law's awesome and just absolute dream build of an Integra. So let's have fun. Sorry it's a bit windy. I do have microphones, but I didn't hook them up yet, but already off to a really cool start, right Gotham? Like two-door G-Wagon, never even seen this before. Okay, following Kyle through Car Code, already stumbled upon an 86 Prelude R32. All right, let's not get distracted, let's follow Kyle. Ivan? Oh yeah, that is Shelby, yeah. All right, sorry Kyle. I get distracted easily. Okay. Oh, so like these are all these other like shops or like.
These are different shops. The only one that is Car Code is the one in the corner right there. Yeah.
So the auto spa and the body shop and auto spa are the. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. I see. Pretty cool. So you've kind of like just grown up like have you just kind of
for like about 2 years, so I'm pretty familiar with the area. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable.
Okay, it's not like you like grew up here and like
not exactly. I think only it was kind of weird because my dad only introduced me to like my uncle Andy, which like kind of owns the shop. I think about like 2-3 years ago, and that's like when I first met him because like before then I wasn't really into cars, so I didn't know much about it.
Okay.
So then I started hanging out here. He let me like I guess sweep the floors, clean up stuff, and then got me into like pulling motors and other stuff, and then that's just how I got started.
So here at Auto Body. Hi Kyle.
Hey, I'm Kyle. I have an Integra.
You have an Integra? Is that all I used to say?
Well, I mean, I interned here for a little bit. I primarily do stuff at the auto repair, not really the auto body. So I'm not here very often, but I currently have my car here right now. So
okay,
that's about it.
So this series is kind of like me just interviewing at least local people that I know, especially youth, because there's a stigma that not a lot of young people are into cars or even wanting to get their licenses, right?
Yeah, I see a lot of that, honestly. Some friends I know, they're not into cars. They don't want to learn how to drive cars, or they just don't have any relation to it. So to them, it's more of a mode of transportation.
Yeah.
So they don't really care about it. They don't really care about learning how to drive stick or stuff like that. But then I feel like part of it's social media as well, because to make it seem like respectable, you need like high horsepower numbers, or you need like nice parts or stuff, which nice parts are like, I guess, an element of having a nice car. But then at the same time, a lot of people will use like fake parts and pretend to be real parts as that. I feel like as long as you're down to earth and you're real, there's not much more you could ask for.
Yeah, honesty is the best policy, right? So
yeah.
So let's just start at the beginning, Kyle. So you were telling me earlier that you weren't always into cars. Like, what was like the whole like? So
yeah, like when I was around 13 to 14, well actually yeah, 13. I kind of liked playing Fortnite a little bit too much, kind of like every other 13-year-old at the time. So my dad wanted to get me out of the house. So on Saturdays we'd go to his friend's shop, which is like here at Car Code, and I'd like sweep the floor, clean up stuff. Like it was more just like not child labor, but like he was just wanting me to like learn. So I ended up like I guess cleaning everything up, and then I just wanted to learn how to wrench on cars. So sooner or later I ended up like pulling a motor like within like the first 2 months of me being there. Wow. So at like 13, I pulled a motor, and my dad was super excited, so he got me tacos. that was like what we ate for dinner that night. He was like, oh, do you want some tacos? So we went and got burrito tacos. But I ended up getting burrito tacos that night because it's just very memorable. Like when you know, like your first accomplishment.
Yeah, good. You celebrate it well. Okay.
Yeah. So after that was like all finished up, and I did my first one. It was like, man, it took 5 hours. I was super slow. I didn't know what I was doing. And then later he wanted to do something else. Like all of these were his cars, obviously, but he was like, oh, do you want to pull another motor because I just bought another car and it has a blown motor? I'm like, sure, why not? You know, like sounds like fun to me because I wanted to get faster. I want to get better at it. You know, so I pulled the second one. I think it took like 4.5 hours instead of like 5.5 or 4. So then after that, I think I did like 5 or 6 more after that, like over time, and then I got it down to 2.5 hours to 2 hours, depending on how much stuff is in the car, if it has full AC and everything like that. But so far for a B series Integra, fully loaded, everything in it, I can pull a motor in 2.5 hours.
Whoa! Wait. So like, how many motors have you pulled though?
I stopped counting after 20. I don't know how many I've done so far, but I know because Andy gets a car, he wants to bar legalize it. Sometimes he has an Integra, sometimes he has a Civic, sometimes CRX, whatever. So sometimes he gets a car, it has a stock motor, he wants to refresh it, and then it's just like fun to him. He gets a project, he gets to find all the parts for it, put it back together, and then I just help him like assemble it. So sometimes I'll, like 1 week I ended up pulling 2 motors in one day for I don't know what, but he just wanted to, you know, get a project going, so.
Yeah, so like, is it mainly just Honda motor, like Hondas you work with,
I've done Hondas. I'm trying to think. I don't think, the only other car I did is there was a S13 here that had an RB in it that I pulled that out of it. And then there might be 1 or 2 others that I don't remember. I just did a K series recently and a few others.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So just you pulling motors and just working at the shop led to, is that how it went? Like you kind of like.
Well, my dad had a poster. He was featured in Turbo magazine with a 4-door Integra. That was before I was born, but I always had a poster that was in the room I used to play games in, right?
Yes.
So that poster was on the wall and like right above the TV. So I always saw that and I was like, huh, when I get my first car, I want it to look like that, because I always thought, like, I didn't even know it was my dad's car at the time. I just thought, because we had a lot of car related things at the time. So I saw that on the wall. I was like, huh, I really want a car like that, you know? And then when I got my first Integra, it was a 4-door. I bought it from Andy after, you know, working at the shop for a bit, saving up money.
So you've had an Integra. So this is not your first Integra?
No, this isn't my first Integra. So the first Integra, I saved up like pretty much all my money from Christmas, everything, after like, I guess the point of, you know, like starting to get into cars, because I was like, man, I really want a first car. So for like, I think $1,000, I bought my first Integra. It was beat. 4-door. The motor was not in the best of condition, but it was, you know, it was running, you know. So car's running, it's automatic 4-door. It's been repainted. It was an LS, yeah. Oh, okay. It's been repainted. It was rough, you know. But to me, I was happy with it because I got my first car. After that, I think the next one was Andy had a shell for sale. I bought the shell off of him because I was like, yes, I finally get the 2-door shell I've been wanting, because I wanted a 2-door shell, Type R front end, the Japanese interior, and then I was kind of figuring out as I go like how I wanted the car done. So I ended up getting a shell off of him, and then something came up where it was like I wanted to get more money to get the right chassis that I wanted, because the chassis I have right now is a 94. The one I had was a 2001, and the difference in that is OBD versions. Yeah. So the problem with that is one has different things, and it's harder to pass emissions. It's harder, like you can't use certain parts on it that you would be able to use on the other one that are legal. Yeah. So because of that, I ended up waiting like I think half a year before I found the right shell I wanted. I had the right stuff for it, all the right parts, and I was like, okay, so this one's kind of clean, but it was really beat. It was a shell. I think it was missing the Type R front end when I got it. It was missing a lot of stuff. But thankfully, like with working with Andy, I was able to save up enough money just like by working and selling like random parts and stuff that I collect over the years to, you know, get enough money to buy the shell. After that, I borrowed a little bit of money from my parents because I had another 2-door shell, which is the one I was talking to you about, the 2001. Mm-hmm. That one, I ended up dropping a motor into it from someone else's car and selling it back to them because they crashed their Integra and they wanted they wanted like basically to drop their motor swap into a new shell, but they couldn't find a new shell. So I was like, you know what? I'll let go of it because I already found a new shell, and then I make a little bit of money out of it. So to me, it was like a win-win. So I was like, all right, I drop in a motor into this one, and then I get to sell it. You know, I get what I want.
So this started off as a shell?
I bought 2 shells. The first shell I didn't actually use. The first shell I bought from Andy, and that one was just getting started, yeah.
Okay, then this, what year is this?
This one is a 94 Acura Integra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then when I first got it, it was really rough. Like, missing front end, it was missing motor, transmission.
You really went like period correct with this build. I was reading I'll get to the Super Street article in a bit.
Yeah, I tried to go as era correct as I could because to me it was kind of like, I guess, part of my heritage because of the fact that because my dad and him were all part of like this this car club, and they all had like certain parts. I was trying to replicate the same thing, almost like the same type of build. It's period correct. It looks right for the type of car it is because like it would look different if I got newer parts or I got different things for it. It wouldn't be the same. So there were certain things that like I was like, okay, well, I'm 100% I need this part or I need this thing. I'm not gonna settle for less. And I know like which parts I want that are specific. So like for example, if you want to look at the calipers are NSX calipers.
Actually, super amazed that like, so NSX, you said it just kind of bolts, is it?
It's not direct bolt on, you need to do a slight spacer, but when you add the slight spacer and you do everything right and use the right rotors and everything, I got the rotors from R1 Concepts.
Nice.
They were a big help, yeah. So they actually sponsored me for both front and rear rotors.
Cool.
Rotors and pads, yeah.
Yeah, they're super, oh, so you have the drill end slotted one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up running, well, I wanted everything period correct. I was originally not going to go with CE28s. I wanted to find a different set of wheels, but to me, I really like the look of the CE28s, even though they're like, I think, a little bit older than the car. I think they came out in 2000 something. I don't recall exactly when, but they're a little bit older than the last production model of the car, but it's still around the same era because people were still doing that back then. Yeah. So most of the stuff matches the car like as best as it can. Like for example, I'll pop the hood and show you. I'm running ultra spark plug wires.
Yeah, let's take a look under you,
Yeah, I get it.
So it's
So under the hood, I tried to do everything period correct. I have the top fuel badge for it. I have I tried to get a lot of Mugen parts for it, DC headers, coil radiator. I have a top fuel like intake for it. I have the Ultra spark plug wires, which Ultra sadly went out of business, but they make really nice spark plug wires for the cars. A lot of the cars, when you imported them from Japan, or even if you imported the motors alone, you'd end up getting top fuel spark plug wires with them if they have been modified, or like if the car's been modified before. A lot of the time people went with top fuel spark plug wires because they're rebuildable and they're really high quality. So I was pretty happy with that. I ended up getting sponsored from Hossport. Brian helped me out a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh,
nice. Getting motor mounts. The solid billet aluminums are like really nice.
So is it full solid, or I see there's
so it has a polyurethane bushing in it, but this part is solid aluminum.
Okay.
Yeah, the outside casing.
Is it handled like a go-kart?
Yeah, I mean that was mostly because I went with brand new polyurethane bushings for the entire car. When I got the car, I wanted to take everything down to the ground. Basically, it was a piece of bare metal, pretty much, and it was on a rolling cart. It was here like I think 2 years ago, pretty much, and it was just a bare shell, nothing on it.
I want to elaborate. Like, you took a bare shell. Was it full on rotisserie build type thing, or like?
Not really. Unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have enough knowledge. I was 14, almost turning 15 at the time. I didn't have enough knowledge in cars or like about just stuff in general to be able to know like, oh, you could actually like weld something that goes onto the car so you're able to spin it and do everything. But the whole bottom, we put it on a lift, sprayed brand new undercoating on it, and then some other stuff. Yeah, we painted it here at Car Code. So originally I wanted to go with championship white, but I felt like
everyone does championship.
Well, not only does everyone do championship white, but I really liked pearl white. the look of the pearl really stood out to me. So eventually I was like, okay, I want to go with Starfire Pearl, a Lexus color. But I was like, I don't really want to do a Lexus color because it's not original to Honda. You know, I kind of want a color that's still to Honda.
And you still want that period type of.
Yeah, that type of look. So I went with a color which is NH603P, and it is a brilliant diamond pearl, I think, or something like that.
So what Honda cars came in this? Do you know, or?
I think like CRV.
Oh,
Yeah, like a CRV came with it. So, yeah. It has a slight pearl to it, which is kind of nice. It's just like a slight blue.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera picks it up. I mean, I see it here.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a yellow white, which is why I did it, because it looks almost like championship white.
Oh, wow. So, hang on, let's talk about the engine real quick. So, I remember seeing a couple posts, like, you know, when it was still in progress, like, it was still like, I think was it a yellow valve cover or was it a red one?
I had a red valve cover on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so did you, like, you did the...
So I kind of, I like the look of it not saying VTEC, because I recall back in the day, I think it's either my Uncle Teddy or my Uncle Jesse. They used to go to the Ontario street races, and back then, not many people, like, if you don't know about Hondas, you don't know that well, but a lot of the time they'd sand off the VTEC on the valve cover and paint it so it looks original, and then they're like, oh, the car's not VTEC, they think they can beat the car. Oh. So a lot of the time they'd beat them in races by having it like blank. So I just kind of like the look. I feel like it's a lot cleaner without that there.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So what is B16? I'm not, okay, well, first off, I'm gonna say, I'm no Honda person, but
so
is it B16 B1?
No, so B16 is the one for the Civic Type R in Japan. Okay. No US cars got the B16. This one is a B18C1 out of a US GSR.
One digit off. Okay, so this is a US DMW.
Yeah, this is a B18C1.
Oh, got it. Wow, this looks
so
clean though.
It looks so clean is I ended up, well, Andy got in a car, right, and I was pulling motors for him. Yeah. One of the cars he got, motors blown, and I was like, huh, you know what, we have a rebuilder, we have a guy that knows how to rebuild motors, right? So I was like, all right, if I'm able to pull the motor out, maybe I can work a deal with Andy, pay him for the blown motor and then get it rebuilt and everything, right? So he ended up helping me out with that. So I got the motor basically at a machine shop, resurfaced it and everything, and then I reassembled whole motor. And then the transmission's rebuilt as well, but the motor itself, it has a higher compression ratio. I dropped in ITR pistons, and then it also has full SuperTech valve train. Stock cams right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Like I said, I'm no Honda guy, but is that more than it's still like VTEC still cracks hard even with like
So the SuperTech valve train and the valve springs and retainers are pretty much more when you go to get cams, you don't want any valve float because of the extra tension from those valve springs. It protects the motor from when you over rev.
Oh, got it. So you're trying to build a good solid foundation before, like.
Yeah, basically. But midway through the process of restoring the car, I realized that this isn't the final form of what I wanted with it. So I was going to end up doing something else later, but that isn't going to be disclosed yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, let me pause right there.
These are HID headlights. These are like $1,200 right now. I ended up paying $400 off someone on OfferUp. Whoa. And the guy had them sitting in his backyard for the longest time. They were in really rough shape, and I ended up getting our body shop to clean them up, and they turned out really good. Yeah, I got pretty lucky that I was able to find a set so cheap. Otherwise, I don't know what I was gonna do because I have another 2 sets of headlights right now. Oh, but they're standard non-HID for a 96 spec.
So what are those? Or do they have like the black backing, or are they kind of?
So these basically have a HID ballast in here, and then inside here it has a different lens, and then you'll also be able to see on the outside lens, this part has a circle around it, which the non-HIDs don't. Oh. They're still black. Well, not all of them are black. Some of them have chrome housing, and I think there's a gray one as well that I've seen. I'm not sure if that's someone like remaking them, but yeah, I've seen that done before too.
And you had, so this is the full like OEM, like fenders, the grille, the hood, and then the...
Yeah, the fenders, the grille, the hood, everything is original to Honda.
Nice.
The front lip, everything.
Nice. So I noticed the Super Street license plate and the Super Street window sticker. You want to...
Yeah, so I got my car featured in Super Street for an article. The Super Street license plate frame that I have, I actually got from one of my uncles, Ricky Chu, and he used to be an editor for Super Street, so he had one of the old Super Street plates lying around, and he's like, hey, do you want to run it? And I was like, yeah, that'd be dope, because then I can run it for the interview.
Oh,
Yeah, because he had one lying around. He gave it to my dad, and then I was talking to my dad about it. I'm like, hey, do you think I could borrow it? He's like, you can just have it. I'm like, all right, cool. So, like, I mean, some of this stuff, like, my dad used to work at DC Sports, and he had a old DC Sports like header lying around. So I was like, all right, you know, I'll use that as well. So I ended up some of the stuff I was lucky my dad had some of the stuff.
It's kind of like me, because like some of the stuff people are like, hey, how'd you get that? Like Evo 10
Yeah.
sits in my car. I'm like, oh, my dad had it. You know, but you know, it's like you
Yeah.
work hard for it, and like your dad's your dad, right? So
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Ricky, he did the I don't know if you remember. I remember my mom would always tell me, do the Ricky Chu shot, and it's like you turn the camera like this. Right?
Oh yeah, back in like 2007, everyone did that like photo. It's just like slightly tilted.
I think I've tried to do every single car I've taken a picture of. I try to do the Ricky Chu shot because I think it's so like
Okay.
yeah. For me, it's like iconic to me, but yeah.
Almost everything on the car I tried to match. I have a different intake for it. I have some other stuff for it, but I wanted to make it match. So it's a top fuel intake. I'm running a top fuel power neo. I don't think the power neo really does much. It's like magnetic, and I think it was kind of like that hypothetical kind of works, kind of doesn't thing. Suspension, I'm on Tane Flex Z's with an EDFC setup, so the motors are able to be controlled from inside the car.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me that a while ago, because when I was looking in the coilovers and things like that, right? You're like, oh, yours is electronically controlled. So
Yeah.
So
It's a first generation EDFC. So basically inside the car, it's electronic force dampening control. You're able to control the coilovers, how much they dampen inside the car. So you can have 3 presets on there, and you can press buttons for it to basically set the coilovers while you're driving. Yeah, it's C28Ns.
Big question, what tires are you running?
I'm running Falcons. Falcon sponsored me for the tires for this build. Yeah. When I talked to Falcon about getting some tires, they were like, oh yeah, we could do a sponsorship, and I'm like, dude, I'd love to. So I ended up getting tires, and they were like, might as well get those tires. I'm like, all right. So RT660s, they grip really well once warmed up. I love them. Yeah.
Side note for me. RT660, right, you got them?
Yeah, I just watched your YouTube video.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I watched it like before you did.
Oh, okay, no, they're I feel like they're the tire for me, so you feel the same way?
I'm really happy with them. I haven't tried out too many other tires. I think Vans and some others, but not on this car specifically, so I can't say that, like, these are the best, but so far it's feeling that way.
Are you planning to take this thing to any, like, maybe, I don't know, track events or no?
For now, before I take it apart again and do some other stuff to it, it's probably going to stay how it is for now. Eventually, I have a GReddy Turbo kit for it and some other parts for it, but it's going to stay in the shed for now, and then I'll do some other stuff to it later.
So we'll expect to see this at local Sonky Blue shows, things like that?
Sonky Blue, it'll be there sometimes. Like a lot of the time, I don't have time because I'm like doing other stuff. Like the past week, I was at Evasive. They were building the S2000R, so I was helping them out. They were adding some more stuff for the Australian requirements, so I helped them out with the roll cage and some other stuff. Is brand new. The only thing I wasn't managing to get was the cowling, because the cowling, it was like selling for like $800, and I just can't justify that price range. But the molding for the windows right here, the front window, this top seal, and these door moldings, I managed to, well, I know someone that's at Honda, and they were like, oh, we still have this one and this one in stock. I was like, all right. And then I was able to find brand new ones on eBay for this. So when I got new glass installed after I took everything apart, I might as well throw them in.
So the whole like trim and all, like everything was all for my car. I don't know, like for Subaru, parts a little harder to find. Mm-hmm. I've only able to get like weather strips, things like that. But like, so
unfortunately, I haven't been able to find new weather strips. My car's locked right now, but these weather strips, my other side, part of it's a little bit torn, and I wanted to replace it. I wasn't able to find any online.
Okay, so I guess we still have the same struggles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really hard to source some stuff. Like I know these door moldings, typically like online you'll see them like over $200.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it does get expensive if you try and like, get everything restored.
Yeah.
But you know, once you're already there, you kind of have to.
Exactly, right? I think if since you're really in deep with like, right?
Yeah, I've gone too far. Front wheel drive is you got a ton of trunk space. So I have room for a sub, and then I also have a full size spare because no other like I guess wheel will fit my Integra right now besides the C28s because of the fact that I'm running NSX brakes in the front and the rear.
So, are you planning on doing audio too, or just like?
I do have all my audio done. I have an amp set up under the passenger seat here.
Oh, okay.
I try to hide as much stuff as possible so it's not visible.
I took a look at your interior at Sonky Blue, and then I'm like, oh, there's nothing in. It's like he says, oh, these are the. Are those Type R seats, or are they?
Yeah, these are Type R Recaros, and then also the back seats are Type R seats. Same with the floor mats and the carpet. So I have an amp back here that is mounted, and then I have some other stuff in here. But pretty much full Type R interior. The only thing I don't have is the minor trim details, like on here. This isn't Type R, but pretty much everything else is. I have a Type R Japanese cluster. The door panels are Type R. Yeah, pretty much everything else is Type R.
Yeah. Wait,
Around, and I threw my sister in the trunk and she fit.
Oh no, I saw on the story. Yeah, it was Kyle's story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
There's a lot of room in Honda. Surprisingly, there is a ton of room. Like if you drop my back seats down and push my full seats forward, you could literally camp inside of an Integra.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you should try that, Kyle. Maybe we'll a Safari Integra, no?
No, I'm okay. Sucks to get out of, even with stock seats. So I have full Type R interior, the door panels, everything. I had the door jambs repainted, the cars, like everything's been repainted. I think every single thing on this car has been taken apart or like messed with, except for when they sprayed the car. But when it came to sanding it down and prepping most things, I helped with that. So door panels are Type R door panels from Japan. The seats are Type R seats from Japan. The floor mats are Type R seats from Japan. The back seats are from Japan. The clusters from Japan. I have Mugen foot pedals on there too. Even like the center collar here for the shifter. This is red stitching, which is from the Type R.
Nice.
So yeah, when I was building my car originally, I had the option to either I could replicate a Type R, but to me it wasn't really about replicating a car. Like the cars, like Type Rs are great, but to me it wasn't really about replicating a great car because I was gonna make my own.
So you really wanted your flair, your kind of like USDM style, or more? Just like
I just kind of wanted it how, I guess I had something in my head that it was just like, oh, this guy's kind of insane and he wants it a special way. So I was like, I kind of want it done that way, you know? Like I had an idea in my head that I could imagine. So I was like, I can imagine this. I feel like it's attainable. I want to do it, you know?
Yeah. Even that 10K cluster, huh? Is that? It's actually rev. How high does it rev? Have you ever ringed it out?
So I haven't. I think it depends on what ECU you're running. So right now I have a GSR ECU in there. If I dropped in a different ECU, I could bring the revs higher, and it would be safe to do so. But I leave in this ECU right now, the GSR ECU, so it'll run fine.
So how, like, have you ever pushed this or no? This is more of a
well,
show
it's still
type.
on break-in.
Oh.
It's still on break-in oil.
Oh, really? So is it 1,000 miles or is it?
Well, it's 500 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So our engine rebuilder and the guy that I worked with to put this motor back together, he recommended 500 miles for break-in.
That's why I haven't taken it out. Oh.
Yeah, I don't really take it out that often. The next time this car is going to be like out is probably going to be Acura Long Beach Grand Prix. The interior, even the Momo wheel on there, is an OEM optional wheel for the car.
Yeah,
that was a factory option in Japan.
So okay, I was gonna ask because like I was so confused. Like,
yeah, I have two different wheels for this car.
Yeah, I saw a different one at Sonky Blue. So like, okay, so this wheel. I'm
So the reason why this is an NRG hub right now, I don't typically like running too many NRG parts. It's their NRG quick release hub is a copy of the Workspell hub, which I have a Workspell hub on here. Only the quick release is the NRG quick release. For my Mugen N1 steering wheel. I have a Worksbell hub, which is the matching one to this. They work interchangeably only because NRG copied the design of Worksbell for it, so it is interchangeable. Braking, because obviously it's NA, the NSX brakes are overkill for what it needs, and especially with the pads and rotors from R1 Concepts, it stops really well.
Thanks, R1.
Yeah, especially with the tire combo and everything, I was really happy with it.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong with Falcons though, seriously. Or like putting on NSX like.
So the rears aren't bolt-on, if that's what you're gonna ask. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, not only that, but like, is it a common thing to do on Integras? 'Cause I know, like, for like.
Some people back in the 90s did it because it's like an OEM plus upgrade, because since it is from a Honda, it's kind of like OEM in a sense. But it's not that common nowadays. I did it because I saw it and my dad had a set of fronts laying around, so I was like, it would be kind of cool to make it work, you know, because he had an NSX back in the day and he upgraded to Project Muse on that, so he had spare calipers, you know. I have an ABS delete, but I'm adding back ABS with a mechanical unit. So I have mechanical units on the ABS, well, like on the master, basically. So off the master, it goes into the lines to the distributor, and then it has an ABS unit from the lines that go through the master, which basically, when it hits a certain amount of pressure, it pulses the brake pressure.
So wait, right now you're not running ABS.
So it's a mechanical ABS. So
okay.
Originally this car had ABS, but eventually I'm going turbo, so I want room here so I can run a duct for the turbo.
Okay, that's what's missing here, because I'm all like.
Yeah, typically there's an ABS unit here, and that's why there's brackets here.
Okay, got it. That's one of the things, like, what I why I want to do this, right? Like youth car culture, like it's strong.
Even looking in magazines or stuff, like, look at the culture before you,
it was
and then look at the stuff that has been done, you know, and then you can get inspiration off of that, or what you want to do for your car, because it doesn't have to be a replica of something that's already made. Like, obviously this has like a lot of personal touches that I added to it, but I think each person's different.
Definitely, yeah. All right, we're gonna take a ride with Kyle. He turned the volume up on purpose, but yeah, because Hondas are like. Whoa! Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Sorry. Yeah, the suspension's real rough.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh no!
You even heard the tires were up too.
Yeah.
Oh, something else. Oh, the
Air freshener.
What's it called?
It's called Japanese squash. It's probably under the seat. Sorry.
Oh, yep. All right, so
A little bit of cooler.
You are? I can kind of.
oh,
That's your. It's a Subaru.
friendly fire is not taught. I'm just kidding. No. So with the help of Gotham right there,
They're sitting in the trunk eating Oreos.
he was. Oh, I don't know if he's eating Oreos, but
That time.
yeah. So thank you, Kyle. Thank you so much. We take a look at your Integra. So that about wraps up this video. Anything else, Kyle?
Not at all. Yeah. Just subscribe to him if you want to. If he doesn't make that good of content, please don't. But yeah, feel free to if you want to.